In a medical emergency,
911, what is your emergency?
accurate information is priceless. Things like prescription medications, pre-existing conditions, and allergies, all used by doctors to make determinations about your care. But now imagine that information is wrong, tarnished by an identity thief.
This could have killed me.
It happened to Ronnie Bogle,
I've never been arrested.
a California man we first introduced to you in March as we followed his journey to regain his stolen identity.
I am severely, fatally allergic to penicillin. And if they would have given me that, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Ronnie's brother Gary had obtained health care under Ronnie's name at hospitals from coast to coast in Florida, Colorado, and Washington.
This is lung treatment, liver treatment. I mean, this is serious illnesses that he's been treated for.
Thousands of dollars in emergency care landed on Ronnie's credit, leaving him with the worst possible credit rating, unable to obtain a loan, even a basic credit card.
It was just pages and pages and pages and pages of hospitals all across the country, and I was completely horrified.
Making matters worse in Ronnie's case was a federal law meant to protect, commonly known as HIPAA. The law claims to reduce fraud by requiring that healthcare providers keep a patient's medical records confidential. It backfired for Ronnie.
As the moment you say identity theft, they say because of HIPAA, well, we can't talk to you anymore. I'm talking about hospital after hospital after hospital. We have to protect the rights of the person that was actually treated. So therefore, Ronnie, if you're telling us this is not you, we can't talk to you any longer.
Hospitals refused to give Ronnie information about services received under his name, arguing HIPAA requires them to protect the actual patients, in this case, the thief, not Ronnie, the victim, who the hospitals had already held responsible for the bills. Ronnie is not alone. Last year, 2 separate cyber attacks on health insurers Anthem and Premera Blue Cross compromised more than 90 million Americans' personal information. And in 2014, the Medical Identity Fraud Alliance found that medical identity theft had increased by more than 21% from the year before.
There's a little bit of the Wild West out there in terms of the healthcare industry.
Ann Patterson works to reduce instances of medical fraud. She says hospitals and doctors' offices are misinterpreting the law.
Victims are entitled to their own medical records in full, even if it is corrupted and has sensitive personal information about the identity thief. But there is some confusion around that.
Now Washington Senator Patty Murray is taking on that confusion, supporting a bill to increase education about HIPAA. She and other senators also wrote the Department of Health and Human Services, pressuring it to clarify the rights of identity theft victims under the law.
And I wanted to have a clear understanding from the Department of Health and Human Services that HIPAA rules would not preclude somebody from finding out what they needed to know in the facts in the case.
The government responded. The individual has a right to everything in his or her own record set, regardless of the source of that information.
You do have a right to see your records, and that hospitals and providers can provide that to you.
Back in California, Ronnie's brother Gary is serving 16 months in jail for identity theft. It's a fraction of the sentence Ronnie received at the hands of his brother. He's still monitoring the mail for yet-to-be-discovered unpaid hospital bills and fighting to clear his credit.
Got lucky today, no mail, because you have no idea the nastiness that I would constantly get in that box.